Kentucky Derby's officially been postponed due to the virus. Churchill Downs pushed the Derby back 4 months from May 2nd to September 5th. This will be the first time in 75 years that the famous race won't be run on the first Saturday in May.
Welcome, race fans, to Churchill Downs. This is Kurt Cantor coming to you quarantined from the announcer booth, drunk on mint juleps and looking at an empty racetrack. That's right, I'm all alone with only my thoughts and feelings to keep me company. And my thoughts and feelings are lining up at the gate. Let's go down to my mind track. And they're off. Generalized anxiety is quick out of the gate, followed by fear of the unknown, and prone to panic in third. And here comes, does this cough mean anything? Does this cough mean anything on the outside track? And what's this? Charging from the back of the pack? Maybe this will all just blow over, coming on strong. Maybe this will all just blow over, challenging for the lead. Oh, maybe this will all just blow over, has bucked its rider and is running the other way. And it's generalized anxiety by 3 lengths. Generalized anxiety takes the roses, though it's probably allergic. From all of me at Churchill Downs, I'm going to need another mint julep.
It's a late show with Stephen Colbert. Tonight, cancel culture. Plus, Stephen welcomes Governor Chris Christie and musical guest Nathaniel Rateliff with John Baptiste and Stay Homan. And now, live on tape from a safe distance, it's Stephen Colbert!
Oh, hi, and welcome to my perch up in the breeze. On Monday's show, it was water. Yesterday's show was fire. So today, it's The Light Show with Stephen Colbert. I'm also up here among the trees because I read on Facebook that viruses are afraid of stairs. They're like cows or Donald Trump. Now, we have a new monologue for you tonight, but the rest of the episode was previously recorded in the before times. Let's get straight to it. Up first, the coronavirus continues to be everywhere. After Trump made a big deal about it not being in West Virginia, last night we found out that West Virginia is the 50th state to report a coronavirus case. So now we're all in this together. No red states or blue states. Just 50 anxious, pale states. This is a crisis that we have to face together by staying as far apart as possible. Local governments all over America are restricting their citizens' movement. Yesterday, Florida's governor announced that beach parties should be limited to groups of 10 people. You know it's serious when Florida starts enforcing rules. Remember, their state motto is, "Can you huff this?" One of the hot zones is New York City. And yesterday, Mayor Bill de Blasio told New Yorkers to get ready for the worst.
I think the right guidance to give all New Yorkers is, even though a decision has not yet been made by the city or by the state, I think New Yorkers should be prepared right now for the possibility of a shelter-in-place order.
Shelter-in-place means that no one is allowed out of their residence except for essential trips to grocery stores and pharmacies, or as one New Yorker put it,
"Hey, I can't be walking here. I can't be walking here. You son of a bitch, up yours. It's the coronavirus, you bitch."
Shortly after that, Governor Cuomo's office responded with this statement: any blanket quarantine or shelter-in-place policy would require state action, and as the governor has said, there is no consideration of that for any locality at this time. Mayor de Blasio, Governor Cuomo, the nation is in crisis. This is no time for a pissing match. You should be saving your urine in jars, just like the rest of us. We're supposed to do that, right? I read that on Facebook. But there are some officials who agree with each other, like California Governor Gavin Newsom, who said yesterday, "I don't think the schools are going to open again." And that was confirmed by Secretary of Education Alice Cooper in his statement, "Schools out for summer. Schools out forever. No more teachers, no more." Oh, we're back. Despite the coronavirus, yesterday there were 3 Democratic primaries in Arizona, Illinois, and Florida, and Joe Biden won all 3. Strangely, not that big of a story today. It's like the equivalent of two old men playing Monopoly while their house burns down. Technically, yes, somebody won, but that's not really what we're talking about the next day. And it was a good old-fashioned butt stomping. Biden won Florida by almost 40 points. He dominated every major Florida demographic: seniors, snake owners, meth addicts, senior meth addict snakes. In all, Biden has now won 19 of the last 24 state primaries. But since we've all been busy paying attention to more urgent matters, you may have missed all the other things that Biden has won recently, like The Bachelor, the new Pulse County Fair pie eating contest, Best Salsa Album at the Latin Grammys, the Westminster Dog Show, and he successfully guessed which station plays the most hits: KXCO with T-Bone and Mangoat in the morning. I'm really worried about Mangoat. I read on Facebook that there's a man-to-goat transmission. Now, there's been a lot of speculation that Bernie Sanders is going to drop out now, and Trump weighed in this morning trying to enrage the Bernie bunch. The DNC will have gotten their fondest wish and defeated Bernie Sanders fat ahead of schedule. Yes, fat ahead of schedule. Another mistyping by a man with far fingers. He's not the first to make this typing error, of course. I mean, I'm old enough to remember that the original opening of Star Wars was a long time ago in a galaxy fat, fat away. Now, we've all been reading a lot of scary rumors online lately, but there was one positive story out there yesterday. Fans of the movie Cats are freaking out over a rumor of a butthole cut of the film. Now, at first, I did not know what that meant because watching the film itself was like getting your butthole cut. But it turns out a Twitter user posted that he had a close friend who worked on the movie Cats, and his entire job was to remove CGI buttholes that had been inserted a few months before, which means that somewhere out there, there exists a butthole cut of Cats. Yes, a butthole cut, starring James Cornhole, Dame Judi Stench, Sir Ian McSmellon, and of course, Anus Elba. Get well soon, Anus. Of course, this story spread like wildfire, and fans started demanding the Cats Sphincter Edition with the hashtag Release the Butthole Cut. Everyone joined in with this demand. Celebrities, famous directors, even Liam Neeson.
Release the butthole.
But this demand should apply to every movie. I demand the butthole cut of Avengers. That's the real end game. The coronavirus has been the only thing on anyone's mind for weeks, but some people are just finding out about it now, like Jared Leto, and this is true, who only yesterday became aware of coronavirus after returning from a 12-day isolated meditation trip. Man, it must suck to return from isolation only to have to find out you have to go back into isolation, especially because Leto's last entry in his Vision Journal said, Day 12 of isolation. Can't wait to get back and spend time with groups of 10 or more people while we kiss on the mouth. But first stop is the store. I'm all out of toilet paper. Now, I'm sure there are others out there who have been cut off from the news. And if you're one of those people, let me catch you up on the most important story of our lifetimes. There might be a butthole edition of Cats. Now, folks, I spent a lot of time right over there in Manhattan pulling together the biggest stories of the day, broadcast quality cameras, and a professionally lit theater to bring you the monologue that is my monologue. But sometimes I like to self-quarantine, put an iPad on top of a plant stand, sit on my back porch, and deliver the slapdash web streaming low-res manifesto of news that is my segment.
Meanwhile.
Meanwhile is going to solve everything. Here we go. Of course, now that we're all self-sequestering, all of Meanwhile is now my Meanwhile subsegment, Quarantine While. Quarantine While. An Oregon police department is asking residents to stop calling 911 because they've run out of toilet paper. Yes, if you're running out of toilet paper, don't dial 911. The number for that is 922. Police suggested that if you do run out of toilet paper, and this is true, you could use receipt papers, newspapers, or cloth rags. Yes, newspapers, and they say print is dead. Although I get most of my news online, so I have some terrible news for my iPad. The police department even explained that seamen used old rope and anchor lines soaked in salt water. And when you wind up with salty twine splinters where the sun don't shine, then you call 911. Though I got to say, they're overlooking the clearest solution to this toilet paper shortage. Just have the editors of Cats digitally remove your butthole. Quarantine while. It's important in these dark times to take it easy on ourselves and recognize this is new for everyone and we're all going to make mistakes. Like this woman who realized she's been washing her hands with a block of cheese. Hey, don't judge her until you've tasted her Mac and Irish Spring. It was an easy mistake. She explained the cheese had been left out on the counter and had dried out, adding, I am house sitting and high as hell. Do not let this woman babysit. Hey, welcome home, everybody. The cheese is asleep. The kids are on crackers, and I ate all your soap. I'm high as hell. Quarantine while. Brooklyn Nets player Kevin Durant has tested positive for the coronavirus, and now at least 7 NBA players are known to have tested positive. I got to say, that's a suspicious announcement to make. As one reporter tweeted, Dear Brooklyn Nets, how did an entire basketball team of asymptomatic people get tests in New York, a place where testing is in such short supply? That's actually the CDC's fault. They accidentally put all the coronavirus tests on a very high shelf. Meanwhile, the sex industry is being affected by this pandemic. Many porn actors are avoiding contact with other performers and suffering financially in the process. Unfortunately, people aren't flocking to the no-contact adult films like Debbie Does Distancing and Deep Swab. One adult dancer in a high-end strip club said, if you're in a private room and someone is carrying coronavirus, you will invariably get sick. I guess you could try to dance strategically, but maybe you can get it if someone coughs on your butthole. No matter what you do for a living, I think we all just want to go back to a time when you didn't have to worry every time someone coughed on your butthole. That's why Anus Elba had his removed. Quarantine while. Actor, governor, and robot assassin from the future, Arnold Schwarzenegger, posted a video on Twitter of his self-isolation with a donkey and a mini horse.
We don't go out, we don't go to restaurants, we don't do anything like that anymore here. We just eat with whiskey and with Lulu, we have a good time.
Wait, he was taking them to restaurants before this? Table for 3, please. Do you have a horse menu? No. Do you have hay? No. Then they will have the chicken nuggets, and I will laugh because the animal's eating animals. And that was Meanwhile. And that's the end of tonight's home show. There's a lot more show coming up, but me and the staff are going on our previously scheduled break right now for a week or so. And I just want to say, obviously, Plan A wasn't to broadcast this week on FaceTime, but c'est la pandémie. I'm sure all of you out there are going through other things that you didn't plan to do. But if there's one good thing that might come out of this crisis, I think it's that in this seemingly divided nation, people are doing their best to protect the country's collective well-being. Everywhere you look, people are looking after each other, getting food or cleaning supplies for their neighbors, regardless of what that neighbor's politics are. Democrat, Republican, socialist, it doesn't matter right now. I mean, we can still disagree about many things, but this crisis has driven home, literally home, the truth that this is one great nation, united by our belief in and our need for each other, and reinforced my belief that the American people, like all people, are essentially good and always want to know how to do the right thing. And I, for one, want to thank you all for tuning in during these last few very strange episodes, which themselves feel like a natural extension of these last few very strange years. Now, you may not know this, but I rely on you so much. If you've ever come to a live taping of my show, every night I thank the audience for being there and let them know how important they are. I always say, obviously, we do this show for you, but the secret is we always do this show with you, and that will never change. Whatever comes after this, whatever's next, we'll be back soon to go through all of it with you. Thanks. And stick around, there's more show. And right now, I'd like to hand it over to my friend John Baptiste. John?